5/18/2015 at 7:51 a.m. in the morning on a Monday. My push-ups for the first time today. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 50. 50 big ones. 50 big ones. 50 big ones. 50 big push-ups. Let's see what I was going to say. I don't know what I was going to say. I'd like to be able to earn enough money online to buy some land. 3 to 5 acres probably. And get my 3 little doggies back. I ain't seen them in a while. They're at the kennel. ASPCA kennel. It's a no-kill kennel. But they sell the dogs. So I got one that's going to be 2 years old. That's a Chihuahua Scotty mix. And then my Scotty, which is 8 years old, should be 9 this year. And then my Jack Russell, and she's 11. She'll be 12 this year if she's still alive. They're still alive, and they're still at the kennel, not sold. But probably gonna cost me about $1,000 each, so about $3,000, because kennels aren't cheap, and they feed them every day and take care of them and wash them. So it costs me a little bit of money if they're even still there. I can go visit them, but I don't like visiting them because it's heartbreaking, where they can't come back home with you. So you got the money to do it. I have to show them I have a residency, and the residency allows pets, so if I got a house, or if I got a house of my own, then that'd be good. And this apartment accepts pets if I pay $200 non-refundable deposit. So I don't want to do that. I want to get a house, and that way it's easier to take care of your dogs. You don't have to put them on a leash all the time and walk around. You just open up your door and they go out in a fenced-in yard, and open up the door again and they come right back in without you calling them. Did that for years and years. But yeah, I'm Dan. Same time, same channel. See you then. Today is 5/18/2015 at 1:12 p.m. on a Monday. Push-ups for the second time today. big ones. Gee, I was watching a documentary, a documentary on pot or weed or hemp, and wow, it varies widely. The percent of THC in pot used to only be between 0.5% to 1%. Now it's like 36%. It can be 36% THC or even higher. And the THC is what makes you high. And your body doesn't need it. And it has no use whatsoever for any type of sickness. THC doesn't. The only thing that is it makes you high. That's what the THC does. But the higher the THC, the more easier it is for you to be higher. You can get higher. The higher the THC, the higher you can get. But for the less you smoke or use in some fashion, eat or whatever way you take in pot or hemp or THC. But it's not the THC that helps any sickness at all. It's not. It's the what was it? I think it's CDM. Just a second. It's the CBD. It's the CBD in the hemp plant that can help some sicknesses. And they're even saying it could possibly cure cancer. Or THC makes cancer, makes you more able to get cancer. It can give you cancer. THC, the part in pot that makes you high. It can help you make your system more of a cancer type of system where CBD, I gotta remember those 3 letters. CBD is a possible type of stopping cancer drug. And more CBDs in hemp plant, which in almost all hemp plants have a high THC level, because that's what makes you high and that's what people buy, make them high. So when you grow the plant in a way, you gotta grow it in a special way to enhance the CBD in the pot plant, which makes the THC drop very low, like almost to nothing, where if you smoke the hemp plant, you won't get high, period. But the CBD in it, the high concentrated CBD, is that's like a wonder drug right now. It's like a wonder drug. The CBD in a hemp plant. But the problem is, almost all plants, unless grown specifically for a high CBD percent in that hemp plant, the CBD is hardly useful at all. I mean, there's a very small trace of it in like the homegrown and all the dealers and stuff. There's a very low amount in it, but even that low amount is proven to help to help certain things, like like seizures, and like this guy has what was it? It was like a muscle. His abdominal muscles contract and retract like that, making it so he can't even hardly talk, and he can like go into a coma. Well, if he smokes the pot, which has the CBD in it, it's not the THC that makes. It's not the THC. That body has no use for that, and it cures no. Pot doesn't cure anything anyway, but even with the CBD, it's not proven yet. But because there's very few places that grow pot, I don't know, maybe 5 in the whole world that grow pots to grow for the CBD in it, to make that a higher count, because the higher that is, the less you'll get high, because the less THC. So the higher the CBD in it, the lower the THC. It's just the way it works. So who wants to buy a pot that ain't gonna make you high? No one. Other than the ones like the guy with the abdominal contractions and stuff, makes him hard, where he can't hardly even talk, and can go into a coma. And the other little girl is like 5 years old, goes into epileptic seizures, severe epileptic seizures, every few minutes, and they had to go to a certain place, and it cost them like $2,000 for a very small amount, like probably 100 times what normal pot would cost. That's about what that cost, because no one wants it. But they found another place where they almost practically give it to her for free, because it's not covered by insurance. But jeez, they call that her own special pot, and they give it to her through the mouth, not smoking it. So, and she hasn't had seizures for months on end. I mean, long periods of time, as long as she keeps taking that. So does that work? Hell yeah. It's like the father says, who ignored pot and never did pot in his life, and never thought he'd ever use pot or suggest pot for his little daughter. It was the last resort. It wasn't a decision. It was the last resort. Because the kid went flatline a few times on the seizures. So it was either that or go flatline forever. And they found a place where it's high in CBD pot, and they give it to her through the mouth, as a liquid in her food. And wow, man, that is a miracle drug. But pot, the type that people want to smoke, and the type of people that do smoke, are high in THC, which has no medical use whatsoever other than pain, because you're so high that you don't feel the pain. That's the only reason. It doesn't cure pain. It's never cured a thing. Never. Not glaucoma, not nothing. It's never cured a thing. That kind of pot is not even, you can't even prove it to be a medical anything. But kind of pot that doesn't get you high with a CBD, high CBD count, that right there, man, that's going to be almost like a miracle drug. Wow. I'd never say that about pot. I've never used it and never will use it. And then another thing I found out about the regular pot that has a lot of THC, that THC, first time you smoke pot, it either kills or puts to sleep your feel good part of your brain, either puts it to sleep or kills it. I'm not sure which, because they didn't say. But it definitely does put it to sleep. I'm not sure if it goes the full way and kills it. So therefore you can't feel good unless you do smoke pot. Because what pot does is stimulates that part of your brain, your feel good part, and makes you feel even better. So you're you're like that. See, and you know what that does? It puts that part of your mind asleep. So now you need pot. Why? Because who doesn't want to feel good? I'm glad. I'm glad I never used pot. I understand now. That people need it. I understand now why people need pot. I hope it doesn't kill. I hope it doesn't kill that part of the brain. It already puts us to sleep. And after you don't use pot a while, then it comes back. I hope. They're saying it might kill it right as soon as it starts pot. And that's why the people crave it so much. It's because of that fact. It does put it to sleep. I'm not sure if it kills it. I'm not sure if it kills it or not. No one really is, because a lot of people don't analyze pot because it's hard to get a license to analyze it. You know me, I'm Dan. Same time, same chill. Hope to see you then, man. Today is 5/18/2015 at 6:46 p.m. on a Monday. And I'm going to do my push-ups for the third time today and last time. Hope my glass is okay. It's 83 degrees in here. 83. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 50. 50 big ones. 50 big ones. My prediction, after finding out that CBD in pot, hemp, in the pot or hemp plant or marijuana, CBD is the culprit for anything to do with medical use of pot, marijuana, or weed. Goes by a couple hundred different names, but those are most common. It's CBD, not THC. THC, the body has no use for. The medical profession The medical people have no use for THC. There is no use for it as far as medical needs. And as far as your body's concerned, as far as your body's concerned, THC is a foreign substance that it just gets rid of, or tries to. I mean, it can take things like 30 or 60 days of non-use to be able to pass a THC drug test, and especially if they do it by hair sample. There's nothing you can take to get by that test if they take a hair sample, because it remains in your hair for 30 or 60 days, something like that, after you stop smoking it. So there's a special way to grow marijuana that will produce a high percentage rate of CBD and a low percentage rate, very low percentage rate of THC, the substance that makes you high. Okay, so in that strain of marijuana, you won't even recognize the high, because the THC is so low in it, and most people don't want it because they don't get no high from it, especially if anybody smoked, regular marijuana or not. But so they don't want it. They can't give it away. But a high CBD or CBD, a high CBD content means a low THC content of marijuana, and means a very low high, if any high. But it's a very high medical, medicinal use. The more CBD in marijuana, the better. Because there's certain people, like that guy with abdominal compulsions. He can have compulsion, and he can go into a coma because of it. He can barely talk. He smokes that kind of marijuana, and it goes away almost immediately. And another girl at 5 years old goes into epileptic seizures every 30 minutes or so. She can have 300 epileptic seizures during the day. So she's almost like constantly, dating them, and then she starts that special marijuana, and she hardly ever has a seizure. And as long as she keeps staying on that special marijuana, she hardly ever has a seizure. And she practically dies before she starts taking it. But that's the special kind of marijuana, the kind you don't get high off from. And she takes it by mouth. Not by smoking it. And the other guy with the abdominal thing that almost kills him, he smokes it. But when it has a high content of CBD in it, it has a low content of THC, the part that makes you high. So therefore, there would be no excuses whatsoever to smoke high THC content weed. So therefore, the THC test would be valid. Still, it always will be, because THC is not a normal substance in the body, and the body don't even like THC at all. It has no medical use at all, the THC stuff. And that's almost all of the marijuana out there. There's only a couple. There's only I think there's 5 in the world that and grow marijuana just for the CDB, just for the CBD high percentage rate. And no one wants that because it don't make you high. So right there, would if they made a law, if they made the medical marijuana medicinal use a law that okayed high content marijuana with CBD, that would eliminate everyone, 99% of everyone using marijuana today, a use for any card or any use for marijuana, period. It would eliminate it. All I gotta do is start growing the special marijuana that don't make you high, but has a high CDB content, which nobody wants. What I'm trying to say here is, today, in every state, they're making medical use of marijuana as a front to legally get high. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 90% of those people, if they change the law of marijuana use to a high percent of CBD in marijuana, you would see a drastic, almost 99% of use of marijuana gone, because it's a front. Marijuana law right now is a front. It has nothing to do with medical anything. They want that legal high. That's what they want. That's a fact. And it's proven it right here, because they have a whole greenhouse full of marijuana that's high in content of CBD and low in content of THC. But they could leave the doors open and no one would want it. That proves it right there. It proves it. They could leave the doors open unlocked and no one would want that weed. No one would. You know me. I'm Dan. And same time, same channel.